All right. Hello, everybody. It is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all of you mothers out there. I am a mother of models, but not a mother of little kidlings, but I have furry things and scaly things, and it counts. So, anyway, if you are a mother or have a mother or celebrate Happy Mother's Day. It has been a very long time since we have streamed. Yeah, between the crazy virus that I had and the show last weekend, which happened to be on a Sunday and well, Saturday and Sunday, it just made it a little bit crazy. So I hope I remember how to do this. So bear with me. There's lots of stuff to go over, lots of new things coming down the pike. So let us begin with this. We have Amy. Good morning, Amy. Lizzie, hi. You'll see some of the background behind me has changed a little bit. I'm in the process of kind of redoing some of it and need to move things around still a little bit more, but this works for now. So we will make this work. We have a little bit of Briar breaking news here. Let me just... perfect. It is giving me a new option on the screen, so sorry about that. Let us do it. So in Briar breaking news, they have put up a whole bunch of stuff on the website. That is... You're not crazy, Lizzie. I know you guys pay attention because sometimes there's little Easter eggs hidden behind me, and you never know when that's going to happen. So let's see here. I'm just going to make them a little bigger on the screen. Perfect. Scooch this. It's been a while, so it's going to take me a second to get my bearings again. We have a reveal here, a peek of something coming. People are saying that it looked like, oh man, it was a particular model. I can't remember. It was posted on Modelholics. I thought I remembered which model it was. It was kind of an oddball too, one that I wasn't quite expecting. Shoot, come on. If you guys remember, great way to start off the stream. Hey, I don't remember how to do any of this stuff. There was like a super sleuth that figured it out. Me scrolling through. Also, I have to touch on this because my brain can't not. Let me replace this with this. And I can't zoom in, but I didn't realize that Apollo's bolos were so Madonna bra shaped. So that's fun in other news. I know they do sometimes suck them up when they're rearing as protection, but I thought that was kind of funny. Let's see if I can find the preview here. Goodness. I saw it pop up too. Where was it? Anyway, it should be one of the prize models for best customs and all the rest of the things. As I make you guys sick from scrolling. Aha! Here we go. So this is Nate Sabino on Modelholics saying that Macy Sowers figured this out in like 5 seconds. Looks like it's the Appy Valero pattern on something. So it could be the chestnut version because they were doing that kind of historically. They were doing black versions of different models and now they're doing chestnut versions of different models. This still looks like chestnut, so it could be a chestnut Valero on something. We don't know what. Could be Valero. Looks like it's got the same kind of musculature, maybe. They might change it up, but historically it's been the same model just with a different color. So that could be a thing. Nobody knows. So that's what they've posted for a prize model. Oh, thank you, Holly. That's very kind of you. I try and like it's been, I don't even know, 4 or 5 years of doing the streams. So this is the longest break that I had off from them, which is kind of weird. So we're back at it. And I have lots of cool art stuff to share because I'm working on a couple new models. And then we have the whole expedition that I have to go over because we haven't had a chance to do that since I revealed it. Anyway, Amy's saying Facebook's still doing the thing where it doesn't show me any comments. Oh no, sorry. So we have a couple people talking on YouTube. You might be able to catch up there. Krista's here. Teresa's here. Hello. Lizzie's asking if it's a troubadour. It could be something else, but that's the closest guess, and especially with that pattern edge, and they can reuse it, but traditionally these contest models have been something that's transferred over. And Gemma, you got it before I found it online. Good job. I should have queued it up. My brain was not. It's still in recovery mode. I'm not 100% caught up, and then having to fly into a show and then for the first time in like 3, almost 4 years, and then fly into all the rest of the stuff in the studio. It's been crazy, but I'm getting caught up. So there's that. I don't know why Facebook's being weird. We have Julie. Hello, Julie on YouTube. Welcome. Laura Rocksmith. Hello. Holly, got my first medallion from a friend, and it's the adorable one with flowers. So excited. That's awesome. I do love Blossom. I have ones that I'm painting, and I need to do more painting stuff. And hopefully now that we're almost through all the crazy website stuff, that should help. But yeah, let's go back to the Briar site and not get too far off track because my squirrel brain is extra squirrely today. And if you guys see me get too far off track, you can herd me in too. That works. So that's what they've said. They're going to show it on Monday. We'll see what it is. They've released their list of seminars and all the workshops went up. A whole bunch of them sold out. I don't know if they're all sold out, but most of them did. Let's see. Whole bunch of seminars. You have your typical ones. They're saying only 64 days to go as of May 7th. That's crazy. I don't want to think about that. My printer's singing the song of its people to me. So they went on sale May 6th, and then most of them sold out pretty quick. That's pretty standard. They don't have a lot of spaces in the workshops. Again, if you wanted to be part of something, if you want to see more of something, you need to reach out to Briar, email them, let them know what you want to see, whether it's something in their line, a workshop, different artists getting their first chances at working for the hobby, things like that. Definitely communicate what you're looking for, because the more they hear from what you guys want, the more they can provide that, or at least be swayed by it, because I can't guarantee they will 100% give you what you're looking for. But they do try. So let me see. They're saying there's lots of free fun on Friday. Whole bunch of people are announcing that they were getting into the Artisans Gallery. The applications for that is closed for in-person and online. So if you didn't enter like me and forgot, then you don't get in. So, but we can at least support the people that did. So that's kind of fun. Let's see if there's anything on their website that is new since last time. View as new to old. Da, 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 da. Only new thing is the Celeste and Ray from last time. So those are the plushies, super cute. little fluffies. They had those actually for Mother's Day, which was kind of cute. I like the colors on the little baby and the fact that its hair looks like I don't know. There's something about I don't it was maybe the era I grew up in with the cartoons where they get electrocuted and their hair goes and my brain goes and maybe troll dolls. But yeah, anyway. There's been a few people, looks like Mariah got her blanket and pin in. She says the blanket's quite nice. It is Sherpa lined on the one side and fuzzy printed on the other side. So fairly similar, I think, to what they had before. Maybe not as fluffy, but still quite nice. These are a lighter weight fuzz, so they're not overwhelming in the warmer months, which is kind of nice. We keep them on our couch year long, and they're our little napping blankets, so kind of nice. What else do we got here? A whole bunch of the stablemates are still sold out. The Django in black is nearly impossible to find, at least in my experience. So if you can find one, good luck, but that is the thing. And then they had run out of stock on a few things, but I don't know if they do. So back order for the Fire Horse, back order for Pluto, but the rest of things seem pretty much in stock. The Peaceful Gardens Jorg version of the Mare and Foal, or Horse and Foal, because they changed it up a little bit this year, is out of stock. Everything else seems to be pretty much in stock, so if you're looking for stuff, that's not too bad. Dun, 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 dun. Let me see. Oh, Troubadour is the traditional for BC winter. Maybe. I think they had a post about that. Let me see if I can find that. I'll just bring the keyboard onto my lap and then I don't have to reach, which is significantly improved. Let me see. I know the trace is like the blank space is bugging my brain. Would have been on the second page. Maybe not. I don't see it. I can't find it, but I do remember seeing something about it looking like the Troubadour. So anyway, that would be kind of cool, except for people who conga Troubadour, in which case, good luck being able to get the prize models. They are not very common, so that is a thing. All right. Momo, thank you. I definitely feel way better. I legitimately did not have a voice for, I think it was quite a while. 3 days for sure of really bad. There's still a little bit of stuff kicking around, and a residual cough that probably will take a while. The doctor says like 8 weeks total, which is horrible, but I'm not coughing horribly, and I was before, and you guys, I wouldn't have been able to do this and not irritate everything. This is already a little bit like, my voice. But anyway, I will suffer through. We will make it. Laura says, excited all 3 of hers sold out. Congratulations. Those are her workshops. She's had a whole bunch of really cool stuff. I think you can still sign up for the wait lists. I was going to say wish list, but wait lists in case there's something that you really wanted to be in. We want a better warehouse. Well, there's that too, but they also need to hear these things. So email them with your comments and be like, hey, the warehouse is probably messing up a lot. Keep in mind, though, that something like that might come with a cost increase. Yeah, get better people and they cost a little bit more. So anyway, Laura's saying, yes, everybody email Briar and tell them tell them that you want to paint your own carousel horse. LOL. So yeah, just let them know because they might oblige. You never know how that'll work out. So anyways, let's go into studio updates. All right, so I have lots of stuff to go over. We have the club stuff. There was the show. It's just everywhere. So I did get the stickers in for the club. And let's see. It is glossy finish, so the camera might be grumpy. The colors are ridiculous on this. It's a little bit more warm orange than the camera's showing, just because the color balance is being thrown off by the background a little bit. I wanted to have a glow feature, so having the bits of him glow magically. He is Egyptian unicorn, and you'll find out more about him in the field notes that I'm sending out with each package. So if you're like, what the heck are you even talking about? The clubs now have a theme, and we haven't done this before. So we are delving into the world, and let's go here. I'll share my screen with you guys. Bam! Make it bigger. Make it super big. There we go. Now we can see the whole screen. If you go here and then to club, or join the club because it's right on the front screen. This is the new website. Still working on getting some stuff loaded up and sorting things out, but you can get there a couple of different ways. This is the anniversary sticker. That was the last medallion that we were on. The anniversary sticker is ridiculous. I have one, had one. Let me get it for you guys. It was hanging out. The anniversary sticker is ridiculous. It is a holographic embossed zebracorn, and it is magical. The outside rim that's kind of a tealy color, that is also holographic, just not as ridiculous as most of the stripes because it is crazy. And then you can see when the light hits it that those stripes are raised, so it is a very tactile sticker. So this is what everybody's getting as their 1 year in the club anniversary gift, which is super fun. I had this idea in my brain for a while, and now that this new printer can do embossed crazy stuff, it's awesome. So yeah, that's the sticker for that. Let me go here. If you go to join the club anyway, you click in through, it'll take you here. This is the theme. So the theme is the Ashcroft Expedition, which is a Victorian edging into the Edwardian era adventure. So I have created the characters. There was a little confusion of people wondering what the heck, like, because my lead in to it is explaining that I found a journal in a bookstore and opened it up and was like, oh my God, this has a whole bunch of horses in it. Because I love old books and I totally go into all of the old bookstores and look for things like this. And this would have been magical. So this is our theme. I wanted to do something like this for a while. The invitation stickers, the invitation envelopes went out with the seal on them, gave a little bit of information about what was going on, and I am doing research and freaking out, and I could write 5,000 pages. It was so hard to keep the initial field notes page just to 2, and with each of the stickers and medallions that are coming out, the sticker in the next box will match the medallion. So it's a little bit of a giveaway for that particular one. But this last one comes with technically what would be the first page and the last page of her notes from the Egypt location. So we're traveling around the world, kind of reliving her expedition, which is super fun. And there's so many juicy details. Oh, I just love it. I can't spoil it though. So trying really hard. Having a theme has been the best thing ever. So if you sign up for the sticker club, you're going to get your field notes and I normally send out a newsletter I can't show that. Have a newsletter to send out. That goes in the envelope with your stickers. And then if you're in the medallion club, you'll also every 2 months get the medallion club. And then the goodies will be emailed as well so that people can read them and check them out on the website. Eventually, when PayPal fixes the stupid bug that's in their system, you'll be able to click in the corner and log into your account and have automatic discounts and all that good stuff. But we're still trying to work on that bug. It's something from PayPal's end that interrupts the membership system from being able to transfer over properly. So if that doesn't sort itself out very soon, I have a couple workarounds. I'm just trying to avoid that because it's going to be more of a pain in the butt for you guys. But anyways, when that gets set up, you'll have your automatic discounts. You will be able to log in and check stuff out. And you'll also be able to have buy now buttons on the website that other people can't see, which is kind of secretly a little bit cool. So when I do an early access release, you will be able to click early access without going to a special club page to see it. You get to go to the public page where everybody's refreshing like mad, and you get to go click and buy the thing, which is going to be really handy for the stuff that's coming up soon because we have some really cool stuff that's coming up. A little bit more of a visual breakdown of what's in the clubs. If you do the upgraded sticker or upgraded medallion club, you also get the extra stickers in between your medallion club boxes. So that'll be all the little goodies that I'm sending out. I'm just so excited. I hope you guys are excited. I want to know more about all of these different locations and all of these different specimens that Lily is finding. So I hope that it translates to you guys too, because I'm so excited and I can't hide it. And it goes in the bottom, explains a little bit more about each of these things, when everything ships, what it all looks like. The yet unreleased anniversary medallion should be revealed very shortly here as well. Let me see. So yeah, in the transition times, and I don't know why that decided to not do the thing. We've set this up. This will automatically update. Flat Out Fabulous is on Fantasy, ironically enough, right now. So it tells you at the top whether submissions are open, whether they're open for voting, all that good stuff, whatever the theme is, how to enter. Now you can directly copy the subject. So if you click on the little clipboard on the corner there, it copies Flat Out Fabulous entry. And you can just paste that into your subject line. Or if you're on mobile, you can click this little button. That button will take you to the whatever you have set up as a default in your phone, and you can send your entry through. Don't send massively huge photos because it will crunch them. If you look in the rules, it will tell you about how big they should be. And I'll try and check them over before I submit them and let you know. Sometimes it is a little more challenging for me to catch. So anyway, I will try my best. Make sure you read the rules and try your best, and then everything will work out nice. And then all these credits can go towards whatever comes up on the site. Speaking of that, one of the things coming up right away here is the little ponycorn that is fully and totally supported on his tail. His little feeties do hover, which is going to be super fantastically fun. He definitely needs a little more work on this side. I am world renowned for only sculpting one side at a time, so I at least have his head and his neck on this side and his legs. So there's that. But it's gonna look so cool. Like you can see how his little feeties just hover and that tail will fully support him. It does now, and there's nothing to it. So I'm gonna try and keep it as flowy as possible to not break that illusion. But he's gonna stand out on tables. Of course, with all my sculptures, you're welcome to chop bits off. So if you want to reposition him or remove the horn or remove the wings, make him a unicorn, make him just a Pegasus instead of a ponycorn, then you're welcome to do that. But it's going to be so cool. That, and Caitlin, excited for the new site? Yeah, me too. There's so many possibilities, and it's going to be a way better system. You'll be able to change things on your memberships too. It's just, I don't know what it is with me and this technology luck. I had programmed the other site and it was supposed to work, and the PayPal thing, so then I move it here because this is supposed to be better and I paid more to do it, and now it's just like, why do I keep hitting impasses? But anyways, we will work around them. That is what we do. Let me go to find you a picture. So I did show off another sculpture that I'm working on that I think I do not have downloaded to show you. Let me pull it up here. Sorry about the little out of the sorts with the being organized thing, but that happens. I'll pull it up on my Facebook page and zoom through stuff because there's been a lot of stuff going on. If you guys didn't see it, I've been doing cartoons, and you have to let me know if you like these or not because I think they are kind of funny. Let me see. So if nobody can make fun of my hair, or if people can make fun of my hair, then I have to make fun of it too because it's kind of funny. And I just like pictured this octopus of hair deciding that it wanted to be part of this guy. Let me see. Like that. There we go. It was like it's like eating him. And he's like, why? Why is this like this? Kind of cool. This guy. So this is one of the next up and coming sculptures as well. It's a saddlebred stallion, and there was some input from people saying they wanted to see a roached version, and then a normal long hair version so that it would be able to compete in walk trot as well as the open three gaiter. So I did a whole bunch of research because I don't know very much about saddlebreds. Not even gonna lie. I'm not a show person, so for me, that part of things, I just go, oh, I want to capture the spirit of and play around with stuff like that. But I wasn't really putting a lot of thought into what classes that it could compete in. So I might put out a poll and see if it's worth it to do both versions. Originally, I'd wanted to do just the normal, done up for the show, long mane, flat shod, or barefoot. Might leave it barefoot. Then people have the option to add shoes on from something like Rio Rondo or horsing around. And again, with all my stuff, you're welcome to cut it up and change it if it doesn't suit your purposes. Just don't make derivative customs, like castings and scans and stuff. That's a no-no. We don't do that. Don't pump it into AI, please. But yeah, we will see how it goes. Oh, Teresa's like, give me the sticker. And then she wants me to write a book. Maybe. I'm not an author. I did get singled out at one point in my classes that to go to like a special writers camp thing, but I love reading. I love books. I just don't know if I could be a very good writer. Maybe. I have troubles now after like post chemo stuff. The chemo went through my brain and messed up my ability to physically read stuff. That makes it a little bit more challenging to try and like read drafts and things, but maybe it's a thing. So yeah, this is the Saddlebred boy. He is turning out really cool. I really like the presence. I wanted him to be like, I'm there, but he's also very like, he's just got this regal presence, ready to bounce off and be crazy if he wants to be, but not out of hand, a very well-mannered stallion, which is how they should be. But anyway, I might put up, like I said, a poll to see if there's a preference for hair. I was originally going to go with the long version, but if people are looking for roached and there's enough interest, it's hard to justify 2 molds these days. A lot of artists are struggling to sell out more than 1 mold of their sculptures. So because I'm doing multiple sizes, we will see how this works out. But yeah, I will maybe poll you guys and see what you think. If you want to let me know in the chat if you have a preference between the two. I didn't realize as many people like roached as they do, especially for saddlebreds. I know it's kind of more of a look with them. But let me know in the chat down there. I'd appreciate it. But he's super cute. I'm very excited. And I had an idea for a custom version of him, and Dad's like, no, I'll make him for everybody because then he's more easily accessible. Because the customs, especially if I keep them and you never get to have a chance to own it, they're way harder to get, which will still happen. But every once in a while, I got to do some of the really cool ideas that everybody can get to. Yeah, so that is another thing that will be available fairly soon in multiple sizes, traditional venti for sure, probably stablemate. And we'll see what the hair looks like. So, and then club members will get early access to that and Discord and all the other things that are coming up in the studio. Very cool. So I did go to a show. I did win this medallion, and it is magical in person. Lynn Castles Caldwell of Snowdrift Studios painted it. And I was like, feeling so bad putting tickets in. I'm like, what if I win him? What, I really want to win him because he's so pretty. And I did. Feels weird winning my own work back, but that's okay. So you guys will get to see him show and hang out and do stuff. That's my miniature horse shorty. He was part of the club quite a few years ago now. Well, a couple years ago now. And donated by Alicia Alicia Nelson, and she's also Canadian, which is kind of cool. Lynn and Alicia have been donating to various Canadian shows for painted medallions, which is super cool. So if you go to a Canadian show or come up for a Canadian show, then you have a chance at these lovely things. And some of the shows are doing raffle tickets outside of the show as well. It was on a racetrack, so we got to watch the races as we were doing stuff, and we got to go up for the 5th race and get a picture here. Let me just hide this for now. Oops. Let's do the thing. Hold on. Hold for processing. We got to go up and take they called it the art of the Briar horse, which was kind of funny. So this was Night Flyer, a really hot chestnut mare, and we all got to go up and take photos. I am right there. It is a very blurry, grainy photo, but that's okay. I'm there. There's a whole bunch of people there. There's Mariah and DJB somewhere in there. Whole bunch of really cool. There we go. That's a little better. View of everybody. It was a pretty big show, and then everybody kind of from here on is all the connections for the racehorse, and then the racehorse herself. The camera's like the glossy. And the jockey was hilarious. He was so fun. And you never think about how short they actually are until you're right there and standing, and I'm like an Amazonian, so I'm like, hi, down there. It was interesting, but super cool. Like, how often do you get to go in the winner's circle? So that was kind of neat. They did advertise it to the public, so a whole bunch of people came to see what the heck this Briar Art of the Horse thing was. So that was kind of cool. We ended up having... There was 6 races that day, and we could watch them right from the show hall, which was super cool. Whole bunch of my ponies did really well. I posted photos about this. So the China Juggy did really well. He got overall champ in collectability, workmanship, as well as breed. My one-of-a-kind factory custom stone cob to a unicorn, an angry unicorn because his ears are pinned and a different forelock, ended up getting champion in collectability for stone, and then did pretty well in breed too. The little guy, my Fireheart by Lynn Kessel's Caldwell again, that's meant to be like my big one, ended up getting champion in the stablemate customs division, and then reserve was also a Fireheart by DJB, which is kind of cool. My big guy got reserve champion. So for you Americans, the colors are going to be messed up because we have red for champion here and blue for reserve. And so red for first and blue for second. It's Canadian logic. Our flag's red. We have to have the red as first, apparently. Tons of cobs showed up, which was super cool. There was like, I think I counted it. There's, I think, 17 or 18 in this photo. And then there was more that were kind of coming afterwards that were packed away still. And then one of the resin guys, so you can see how big the resin guy is in the back compared to everybody else. And then this was us with the owner of the track and the Justify resin that I did. She's obviously a huge fan of horse racing, and she was there hanging out. There's the show host, Christina, and then Tammy Pomerchuk. If you've never seen photos of Tammy, always. And then the text wasn't supposed to cut my head off, but it did. So, oh no. What else do we see? My little guy, my Tater, got to show for the first time ever. He got second, which was kind of cool. Tons and tons of these cobs came out. Such beautiful colors. I did a whole post on just Cobmageddon. Tried to take a picture of a whole bunch of stuff that was there. And there was medallions. I don't know why this one's upside down, but it is. Older customs that I did. So this Netsky I did, I don't even know, 15 or more years ago now. So that's kind of cool. Some of the old customs came out. Maddie was there and had some painted ponies of hers, including this awesome Chewy in purple. And then there's my big guy. It was just so cool to see all the Firehearts and the like juggernauts and well, there wasn't actually a lot of juggernauts, but little guys. Mariah showed up with her Best Customs Contest entry, which was the awesome Fireheart done as a portrait of Thor. He was gorgeous in person. She brought a whole bunch of her work, obviously, and it's got this really nice soft look to it that definitely stands out on the table, and kind of leaving it a little bit more artistic in that it's not every hair is painted on. It's kind of more allusions to hair, which really is kind of soothing on the eye, I find. Um, let me see. I'm missing comments. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to keep up. Both versions are an interchangeable mane with magnets. Love your cartoons and the saddle bread. Caitlin says, "Hi, Caitlin. Glad I finally caught you. I'm so aw, thank you. I'm glad. It's cool to be giving back to the hobby in that way because, like you guys, I've talked about it ad nauseum, and I need to email her and see if she'll sign a huck for me. But Kathleen Moody is an amazing human being and has such beautiful work, like Sommer Prosser, Mink, like all these artists that I grew up with, admiring their work and inspiring me. I can now pass that on to a new generation of artists, which is super cool to me. Lizzie, both versions are an interchangeable mane with magnets. Oh, I hadn't thought about that. That would be really challenging to do in a way that looks good, I find, um, for the saddlebred, because you'll end up with this seam line, and I hate seam lines. So there's that. It is possible, but I don't think that that would be as happy for everybody. I will think on it because it's a possibility. Because there's like the blend into the neck that you want to get, it ends up looking really janky, but it is a way to do it. Caitlin, excited, been looking to add a nice saddlebred to my collection. Ooh. Well, and I was looking at the indies on the friggin' resin table, and you see these Independence resins by Sarah Rose. I'm like, oh my, it's a gated class, so that was where he would go technically, which would be so cool to see him in indies beside each other. I just love it, love it, and I love that like oozing personality. Teresa says so beautiful. Thank you. We have Anka Bota on YouTube saying, "I love horses. This is a good place to be if you do. We love horses too." Teresa, oh my God, can't believe you won that. Congratulations. That's amazing. Thank you. It's actually the best I've done in a show ever, which is kind of cool. So it was fun to come back after a few years off, see everybody, show some ponies. I didn't really bring a very big herd. I brought more Chinas technically than anything else. And I happened to do really well with everything, which is super cool. And it's a very competitive region that we're in because we have Tammy Palmerchuk, we have people that have lots of Boydstons and lots of really like fancy work. And then you have Darren bringing out all her customs and her resins and stuff, and it can be a little hard to place in our region. So especially on the west side, I don't imagine. And then you have the stones and stuff coming out with it's a lot. Karen says, I painted a resin boy. He's huge and awesome. Oh, for the cob. Yes. I love the resin version. If you can see the resin version in person or get your hands on one, highly recommend if you love the cob. Its face is a little bit different. They did resize him, and I'm quite partial to the resin. I wish they would have made her or him big, because big would have gone really well with Bunny, I think, but then their packaging would have had to be way bigger. Shipping and stuff goes up that way. But would have been a really cool mate for Bunny, especially the more vannery looking bunnies. But anyways, could be a nice drum horse. But it's okay. Kaylin, I miss Sarah Rose sculpts. Me too. Her pastel work has been lovely though, so there's that. But I do definitely miss her sculptures because they were absolutely fantastic. Oh, bye, Amy. It was nice to see you. Thanks for coming. Where was the show? It was in Lethbridge, Alberta, which is not actually too far from the border, a couple hours from the American border on the Montana side, I believe is the closest. Montana, Washington, something like that. Teresa, congratulations on the win for the shorty. I know, he's so pretty. I had somebody there that was like, can I have him? And I was like, if I sell him, I'll let you know, but I don't plan on selling him right now. It's always hard to do stuff like that. Be like, I'm sorry, I can't sell him. I love him too much. There was an etched Fireheart that was there that was amazing. That was done by CKK Studios by Cassandra K. Nip, I think is how you, or Donato. Maldonado. Haha. I think I said that right. I'm sorry. If you have 5 names attached to themselves, it is more challenging with a recovering brain. Here is one table with all the cobs on it, which was ridiculous. So I think I found fan, including Gone Viral, which was super fun. Like I said, I did a cob specific post up here that goes over all the different cobs that were there. These are the biggest culprits for the cob army, which is kind of fun. This guy I've forgotten to post about, well, not forgotten, I've been meaning to post. It's very hard to do self-promotion as an artist, so I'm trying to be better about this. But it feels a lot like tooting my own horn, which is very hard for me to do. Trying to learn how to do it. So if you see me awkwardly be like, that's me trying to do the thing. So don't laugh too hard because that's the thing. This was the about almost 10 years ago now. I did this custom for a commission actually, and it's an Alborozo done as a bullfighting horse, and he ended up winning the reserve overall custom champion at Briar Midwest Fest. There was the championship win with one of my other customs that's in the same collector's herd actually, which is very cool, that ended up winning champion. It was the Ruffian there. So that's super cool that they're consistently winning at the Briar events for their owners, and in this case, owner. I have been working on the Juggy a little bit. I've sealed him. He's now getting ready for acrylics. Same as the little Noki. I was hoping that he would make it in time for the show, but just didn't quite make the cut. As you can see, hooves aren't quite done there. Didn't want to rush them, so I just decided to not worry about it too much. I wasn't planning on being off for so long. And then you can see a couple of guys in the background there. So very cool. I'm excited to start adding more of the white markings to them. And then where was the other? This was my other one, my other comic, which was kind of fun. So 1,000 layers of white later, and the little guy's gonna bite you. That's how I feel sometimes. I feel like either the horse is gonna bite me or I'm gonna bite the horse. One of the two, and neither is appropriate. So kind of fun. It's a nice way to kind of get out of my box a little bit. Let's see. Karen, can't wait to get your American Saddlebred. Thank you. And for America's 250th anniversary, it felt kind of apropos for, I don't know, doing an American breed. So Caitlin, congratulations. Thank you. Cindy, I want the Bay Juggy. I'm debating, I don't know what you guys think. I'm debating adding a little bit more to his Rabicano on his flanks. It's very subtle right now in here, but I might add like just a little bit more so you can kind of see that he's Rabicano other than just the pop of color on his tail. But we'll see. Loving how he's looking with all the shading and stuff. There's definitely a little bit more work to go, but we are getting there. That was the model I started for Heather's Bay painting class. And then this was one of my side projects. So kind of fun. Let me see how that goes. It looks like you should be able to sign up directly on the website for the club now, just through those. Well, I changed the buttons. I got to change it back. And then do things. My brain has expired. If you wanted to sign up for the club, you still can. Just go to the website, click on the buttons. It'll do the thing, and then we'll worry about the PayPal conversion stuff later. So that is the majority of the studio stuff that's been going on. I still have yet to reveal the sticker for this month. There is a little tidbit at the end of this guy, and that I emailed out with a clue for all club members as to what's coming for the sticker club. And it might involve a diving bell. So if that gives you any ideas, then ta-da! And like I said, the medallion this month will also match the sticker. So it's something that you guys will very much like, I think, because I haven't done this before. So anyway, and the sticker is ridiculous. ridiculously wild. My sticker guy's getting really busy, so I'm gonna have to start ordering a little bit earlier. So on that note, it is best for the club stuff if you sign up before the 20th, just so that I can make sure I have enough stuff for everybody. It can be a little hard to predict how things will change over the month, so I would appreciate that very much. And yeah, so crazy. There's so much stuff. I do have a whole bunch of stickers and stuff all waiting to load on the site. A couple of resins that I found in my storage that will go up, and then some Briar stuff that I'm gonna make some space in my studio with. So you can see I kind of changed things up a little bit. And on the other side of the studio, it's changed up a little bit. So that will allow for me to rehome some friends. I want to wait until the club stuff kind of locks in with the PayPal issue so that I can give everybody their automatic discounts. Like I said, if that doesn't happen soon, I'm going to have to make other arrangements, but we are kind of in a holding pattern waiting for that. But I do have a whole crop ton of stickers that will be available, as well as some found resins and things like that. So if you've been looking for something, maybe it is in the pile of things that will be coming very soon. Karen's like, ooh, more traditional jaggies. I don't know. I cannot speak on what resins will be available. And apparently I can slide into an accent. It has been crazy. I have been doing so much research that my brain is like, this is awesome. I want to go back to 1900 and explore myself. So that's the thing. All right. I don't have a rant for today because we're already kind of running a little late just with all the studio updates. I guess my rant is about the club being so cool. You guys need to let me know if you're enjoying it too. I definitely want you to be excited, but I wanted to make it more of something that was an adventure to look forward to in your mailbox versus just another thing. And then everything kind of ties in together. The stickers are meant to be the reimagined, brought to life versions of what was found in Lily's journal pages. And I think you're going to enjoy it a lot. And then little field notes about the specimen and some of their behaviors or their size or things like that. It is just wonderful. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's like a little pet project, and I feel very vulnerable being like, here, I'm doing a righty weird thing that I don't know how it's going to go over. So there's that. But I think it's going to be awesome. So I do have personal copies. So Karen's saying in your storage, I do have personal copies of all of my resins that I've retained to paint or customize over the years. So a lot of the castings are ones that I pull from that to sell because I'm not getting to them as fast as I thought I would. And then some of them are for donations for shows over the years and things like that. So that is where that storage pile is. Just boxes in my studio. Kim, going to have to change my address after I move. Yes, please. If you're changing your addresses, you'll still need to email me to do that until the website's up, and then you can change it on there, and then Shopify will just automatically send me the right address, which will save me a lot of time and effort, and in the end, this should be way better overall. All right, let me go. I guess I can hyperfixate. Let's do it. So, spoiler alert, my hyperfixation has been the 1900s. So between this and the medallion show that Sasha and I are doing, which I will show on screen. Ta-da! So this is the Medallion Gala. It is Art Deco themed. It is going to be on OMHPS, OMHIPS, for September, and it will have exclusive medallion awards that are done by Sasha and I. It will have extravagant resin prizes and grand prizes that will be very cool. 5 big sections. It's probably the biggest medallion show that I know of, so that's kind of neat. It will be all online, so you don't have to be in attendance anywhere to show. It's going to be super, super cool and all Art Deco themed. So this kind of wraps up in the same time period ish as what I'm doing for the club stuff. So it kind of all worked out in the grand scheme of the universe. There are no coincidences. Um, that's super, super cool. So definitely, if you're interested in medallions, hit this up. This goes along with my medallion challenges. You can compete in both. I am not judging, so we have some amazing judges that'll be there. I didn't want to be involved in that way as to not have anybody worried about, like, what would you call that? Like favoritism and stuff in that regard, I guess. There you go. So it's going to be super fun. Check it out. There's a website for it. We've posted about it. The everything opens up in, I can't remember. I'm not going to speak to it. The show starts in September, so you have to have your stuff loaded up before then and your entry form filled out and submitted before then. So go do that. Check it out. Read the rules. It's all on the website. If you have questions, send us an email. Let us know. Sasha has been amazing through it. She was the one that this is her brain baby, and she was like, "Would you like to do this?" And I would. I love this. So I hope you guys do too. There's going to be lots of cool stuff donated, and it's just wonderful. So yeah, hyperfixation has been all this time period. Technically, Victorian era was more Art Nouveau, and then it kind of transformed into Art Deco. So we're in that same time period era. This is when electricity started to become more mainstream. The 1900s World Fair, which I did a deep dive on, is incredible. I want to go look. They had moving sidewalks that moved at different rates, so you could kind of get on and off. There was a big light pavilion because electricity wasn't super mainstream at that point, and they just lit it up with this big, massive generator building, and it's just magical. It's a time when there was a little bit of hesitance towards all of the change and wonder going on, but there was so much wonder and positive outlook on the future too, which I think we don't see as much these days. And all of that's included in the club stuff. I'm trying to weave all of this experiential, like Lily's experience of the time into the documents because she did attend the 1900 World Fair. So there's a lot to tell. And there's a lot of really cool horse stuff to tell because being horse focused and horse centric, my brain's like, if I was in that time, I would be paying attention to all the horse things. So it was a time when a lot of really cool stuff happened in regards to horses. They were still being used for carriage rides and transportation and building things. So there's a lot of really cool stuff that happened that involves them. So her brain, like ours, is very horse centric, which means when she's going to these different locations, she's like, yeah, the Great Pyramids are really cool and I want to see them, but what about the horses, right? I'm just, the research has been magnificent. I'm so excited. Like, Teresa's probably right. I might have to eventually write a book, but until then, we're going to trickle it out in these little field note pages, and I'm going to only include a couple of pages from each location because there would be way too much to tell you for everything. But she'll be looking for all these mythological and historical horses. And so that means that I'm touching on historical horse breeds within the areas that she's going to, as well as some really cool mythological ones that we're kind of going a little left to center on and playing with crazy ideas. Lizzie, that's me. I'm all about the horses. What about the horses? Exactly. And that's so fun because it's I can see my brain in real time. I'm doing research. I'm like, the electricity is really cool, and this is really cool. Oh, there's Pegasuses on the bridge. And then, oh, there's this over here. And it's like getting to sightsee in the past, and it's so fun. And I hope that it translates because if it does, you guys are going to be just as like excited as I am, and I'm so excited. So it's very, very fun. So it's been cool exploring that and trying to make sure that I'm keeping the language correct for all of the documentation. And then I struggle a little bit as to if I remain 100% in character for everything, because has been this confusion of like, oh, who is this Lily person? Why are you plagiarizing her art? It's my art. I'm just creating another character, which seemed like more fun because then we can do this. We can like dive into the past. It's like Magic School Bus and Wishbone and all the things of my childhood that are coming to life in horse form. So too excited. I'm too excited to speak. So yeah, really, really neat. There's a lot of really cool stuff that happened. It was a big 1900 was technically a big year for horses in general. And there's some really cool stuff. Of course, we're touching on the Egyptian Arabians and their kind of presence there, but also because Lily is from England, she has experience a little bit with the Krabet Arabs, who came technically from Egypt. So there's some references to that. I'm trying to stuff as much geeky horse wonder into these as possible. And I think it's going to be magical. So on that note, I'm not going to keep you guys around forever because we've already been here for an hour. But I love you so much. Thank you for like weathering the 1 month in between everything. And thank you for letting me kind of come out of my shell a little bit more with the club stuff and the narrative thing. And I love story, and I find that that adds a lot to things. So I really hope that, and I want your feedback on how this goes for you guys, because if you really like it, there's way more to explore. Like, I could do this for years probably and never run out of ideas because there are plans. I will not reveal plans, but there's lots of cool stuff that we can do. So yeah, and like I said, thank you for hanging around for the month while the streams didn't really happen and the studio was kind of like, meh. We are back to the 1 to 2 weeks shipping time for new orders. So if you pay something off, it'll ship right away, which is also very exciting. With the new resins, we're going to try and keep the time frames as short as possible as well and go from there. So anyways, I love you guys so much. Thank you for being part of the stream, part of my world. And happy Mother's Day. We'll see you next time. And remember, don't feed the trolls because they don't need to be fed. They need to be confronted and put on diets, and then they will eventually either change not from trolls into other things or just wander off because they don't like being confronted. Alrighty, guys. Love you guys. See you later. Have a wonderful day.